Hello and welcome back, children, to your English literature class. Today we are going to read and understand the poem Summer Sun, written by R.L. Stevenson. Through this poem, the poet has described the different aspects of the character of the sun. So, girls, watch the video carefully.
So girls, before we begin with the explanation of the poem, let's understand a bit about Robert Louis Stevenson. Robert Louis Stevenson was a Scottish novelist, poet, essayist and travel writer. Children, essayist means a person who writes essays. Now let's read the poem together and then listen to the explanation. Great is the sun and wide he goes through empty heaven with repose, and in the blue and glowing days, more thick than rain he showers his rays. Here, the meaning of repose is a state of being calm. The meaning of showers his rays means shines very brightly. Now explanation. In this stanza, the poet has described the sun as very big and great. He tells us that the sun is all alone in the sky, showering its light. Its rays are thicker than rain. And while traveling, the sun is calm and composed. Now, the second stanza. Though closer, still the blinds we pull to keep the shady parlour cool. Yet he will find a chink or two to slip his golden fingers through. Meaning of blinds, screens for a window to shut the light out. Parlour, drawing room. Children, parlour also means a drawing room. Chink, a very narrow crack or opening. Now explanation. In the second stanza, the poet has presented the sun as a human being who has golden fingers. Can you see these rays? Yes, these rays, according to the poet, is the golden fingers, and it can enter through anywhere. The poet says that though we try to keep our room cool and dark in summer, but the sun finds its own way to enter our room, even through a very narrow crack or opening. So girls, you all must have noticed that in summer, even through a small hole or crack, the sun rays enters into our room. Now, the next stanza. The dusty Ettrick spider clad, he through the keyhole maketh glad, and through the broken edge of tiles, into the laddered hay loft smiles. Meaning of spider clad means full of spiders. Maketh glad means makes happy. Children, the meaning of attic. Attic means a room or space at the top of a building under the roof, or even you can say a loft that is inside your house which you use for storing things, and mostly you find spiders and all hiding over there. Now, explanation. The poet here says, there is no place on the earth where the sun cannot reach. It can even spread its light into the attic. As I've already told you, attic means a room or space at the top of a building, or you can say under the roof, a storing place, also called a loft. So it can spread its light into the attic, which is dusty and full of spiders, even through broken edge of tiles and bundle of hay, and make it bright. Hay means grass that has been cut and dried. Okay? Now the next stanza. Meantime his golden face around he bears to all the garden ground, and sheds a warm and glittering look among the ivy's inmost nook. Meaning, bears means shows and nook means corner. Explanation. The poet in this stanza says that the sun turns its golden face and spreads sparkling light and warmth all around the earth. It doesn't spare even garden ground or ivies. Ivies means green climbers or evergreen plants. Can you see here on the screen? Yes. So, these are the climbers, also called ivies. Now the next stanza, that is the last stanza of us. Above the hills, along the blue, round the bright air with footing true, to please the child, to paint the rose, the gardener of the world he goes. Meaning of footing is a firm position of the feet. In this last stanza, the poet tells us that even while the sun is setting, it doesn't look tired. It spreads happiness and cheer, painting the sky in beautiful, vivid shades of red. Can you see here in the screen? The sky, while the sun is setting, it gives us vivid shades of red. Now let's read the poem together. Great is the sun and wide he goes through empty heaven with repose, and in the blue and glowing days, more thick than rain he showers his rays. Though closer, still the blinds we pull to keep the shady parlour cool, yet he will find a chink or two to slip his golden fingers through. The dusty attic spider clad, he through the keyhole maketh glad, and through the broken edge of tiles, into the laddered hay loft smiles. Meantime, his golden face around, he bears to all the garden ground, and sheds a warm and glittering look among the ivy's inmost nook. Above the hills along the blue, round the bright air with footing true, to please the child, to paint the rose, the gardener of the world he goes. So children, here this poem ends. So read the poem, watch the video and learn the poem. Okay? Thank you and God bless.